They'll use children as leverage, and they love creating chaos for their entertainment. And again, they destroy relationships and reputations, and they will use false allegations when they feel like their control is threatened. And then again, these behaviors alone do not establish a diagnosis, but the persistent patterns are what we need to take a deeper dive into. And men will often miss some of these signs because they're typically taught that either abuse is only physical or that men don't get abused, and they especially don't get abused by women. But as we know, psychological abuse is very devastating and potentially worse than physical abuse. So, some of the things you want to watch out for if you're a man is that everything becomes your fault and you're the one constantly apologizing. You begin to question your own memory. You start to lose your confidence. You stop seeing your friends and you feel like you're walking on eggshells, and nothing that you do is ever enough. And then every disagreement that you have, it somehow becomes about how you are a failure or that you have failed. And then they often, as we know, use manipulation tactics. So, again, love bombing, future faking, gaslighting, projections, smear campaigns, triangulation, intermittent reinforcement, hoovering, financial control, isolation, and sex is used as a reward or as punishment. And they will make false accusations, play the perpetual victim. And I know I read off some terms that might not be familiar to people, so I'm going to dive a little deeper into those. So, future faking happens when someone makes grand promises about the future so that they can gain your trust, your commitment, or your compliance despite having no intention of following through. But the goal is to keep you emotionally invested. So, some examples may include, we're going to get married next year, or once I get this promotion, we'll buy that dream home. I'm going to change, just give me one more chance. Or we're going to travel the world together. And then months or even years will pass and nothing changes. But the reason that it works is because future promises trigger hope. And hope often causes people to overlook the present behavior. And so victims begin focusing on what could be instead of what is.